So in the class, what are some easy ways to like think of some of these different concepts? Because it can be weird to visualize. What my professor, what he does that is really helpful for me is he has these like foam blocks and foam cylinders, and because they're foam, it's very easy to see how they deform, but at the same time they still can like be solid at the same time. I don't have any foam cylinders, foam blocks, but I do have like socks, for instance. So I can apply forces axially, see what happens. Um, Also compress it. It doesn't work as well because it starts to crunch up. I can still just see what's happening. I can apply like a shear loading condition, see what's going on. So being able to just see what's happening, that helps me a lot in being able to uh, have intuition as to what these formulas are probably going to end up being and what they might represent. Also, what I like to do is think of my body, like how would I feel in these different situations? Because if you think about it, if you really think about it, your body, what when you feel something, you're not feeling a force, you're feeling a stress or a pressure, because the force is having to be applied on the area of your body. It has to be applied on an area. You can't directly just feel a force, if that makes sense. You're feeling the force applied over an area. So what you're feeling is a stress. And therefore, if you think about, um, like, if you think about some of these loading conditions in terms of how would you feel in the condition, sometimes that can also give you intuition as to what's going on. So, for instance, if I'm thinking about shear stress, right? What I think about is if I had my hands like this and I had them glued together and I tried to pull my hands apart. Well, I'm gonna feel that. That's gonna, it would probably hurt. Like there would be a lot of stress associated with that, with applying a force over that area. I'm gonna feel that. Or if I have my arm, right, as like my cylinder or whatever, and I have it on the table and something is pushing down on that, well, I'm going to feel that. Um, or if someone's pulling on my arm, I'm going to feel that. I'm going to feel kind of the elongation as well, like how my body is wanting to react to that. So if someone's pulling on my arm, it's going to feel like, oh, you're pulling on my arm. It feels like my arm is getting longer. It feels like my arm wants to elongate in that way. That's kind of a weird way to think about it, but for me at least, it is very helpful to think about how would my body feel in this situation. So those are just a couple tips on how to visualize and gain intuition as to what's going on with these mechanics and materials.